Let's talk about leadership. Let's talk about the voices of the conservative movement, all right? The LGBT coalition has completely decimated our culture. It started with, oh, we just want to get married. It's just about equality. And then it turned into, we just want to adopt kids. Don't worry about our kids. It's not your kid. Then they said, we want to tell your kid it's okay to be gay. And then it's, we want to tell your kid it's okay to be trans. And now it's just anybody can have sex with anybody. You can be a dog, you can be a monkey, you can be whatever. Chop off your man or female parts and that's fine. Right? This, as far as conservative values go, this is an enemy of conservative values. Bottom line. All right? And the gays have been a part of this. They started it. They were the ones who pushed this. They created this beast. And now they're snaking on over to our side, the white gays, right? Because the white gays understand that they're being eaten. The left, the quote left, they're eating their own. So the white gays who are rational are trying to come hide behind Republicans and conservatives like, oh yeah, we're on your side. No, 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 no. We need to shun the gays from participating in our movement. You can be gay in America. I'm not saying it's not okay to be gay. In America, it is. What I'm saying is, you're not on my team, and you're not going to be a voice for conservative values because you're gay. Your beliefs are antithetical to mine. You're more than welcome to vote Republican. You're more than welcome to vote Libertarian. But what we need to do is refuse to let these people speak. The Dave Rubins, the Rich Gurnells, the Jenners, these people, like, stop getting behind them and getting all giddy because you have a token. Oh yay, a gay Republican. Oh yay, a trans Republican. That makes no sense. Those aren't the values of the rest of us. The vast majority of us are anti-gay, and we're good people. Stop forcing these people into positions where they can speak and try to, quote, further the cause. They're not furthering anything. They're furthering confusion. We want our kids to grow up in two-parent households, a man and a woman. That's what we want. And you're scared to admit it. All the politicians are scared to say that. Why? I don't understand how the Republican Party thinks that it's okay to completely disregard our core principles for the opportunity to possibly form a voting bloc with 5% of the population. Meanwhile, leaving the other 40% of Americans who don't vote out in the wind. There's this idea of forming a coalition, right? We need to band together with like-minded people. No, we do not. We need to focus on the 40% of Americans who don't vote, because the vast majority of them think like us, live like us. They're not gay. They're not trans. They're straight, white men and women. And they live in a traditional family with a man and a woman and children. And they work traditional jobs. But for some reason, it's gotten into a lot of y'all's heads that we need to court the gays and we need to court the trans. How's that working out? The LGBT movement is like, it's like a bad car, like a lemon. You know that this is a crappy car, right? But you can buy aftermarket tires and aftermarket batteries and aftermarket alternators, and you can make the car run, right? Okay, so the tires blow on it all the time, but boom, we'll just replace the LGBT tire with the Dave Rubin. That's a good tire, right? It's a Republican tire. But then the alternator goes out and you're like, boom, here's a Caitlyn Jenner. We'll just put it's still part of the LGBT bus, man. It's the same thing. We're not making decisions on the LGBT movement. We have no say in what goes on in the LGBT movement. So why does it matter that we have people that are part of the LGBT community in our movement? There's no logic there. But I see it and hear it all the time. And nobody can explain to me in a rational manner why we should bend over backwards and get rid of our our core principles for literally 5% of the US population. And even if 50% of them voted, which they don't, that's still only 2.5% of the population. Meanwhile, there's 40% of the population that doesn't vote. Shouldn't we quote the half of those? Half of 40% is larger than half of 5%. The logic just isn't there. Again, I'm not saying it's not okay to be gay in America. It obviously is. You have the freedom to do what you want. What I am saying is you're not on my team. I don't want you on my team. And sit on the sideline. You have two choices. Two. You can either vote with the Democrats and be eaten alive and you've seen what they're going to do to you, or you can sit down and shut up and vote for Republicans and sit on the sideline because you caused this problem.